If you ain't a Gator, you must be Gator bait. If you ain't a Gator, you must be Gator bait.
Welcome back and welcome in. We are back for another episode. We got Vern back. He will be here in just a minute. We both started dealing with some technical difficulties, so he's getting that under control, and then he will be back in here. But we got a lot to talk about today. We got different things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the Texas game. We're going to talk about some different injuries that are popping up. We're going to talk about why Billy Napier is so against hiring an offensive coordinator. We're going to talk about Dallas Wilson 6 making his debut in the swamp. We got a lot to talk about. Like I said, we're just waiting on him to get back in here. Our streaming service is messing with us a little bit. You know what it is? Beat Texas week. No matter what, I can't pull against our boys. Even if we want Billy gone, it's always going to be horns down. That's all it is. We're going to pull for the Gators no matter what. But throw me some questions real quick while you're in here, while we wait for Vern to get in here so we can get on some topics. But if you got some questions for me, let me know if you're going to be in the swamp this week and where you're going to be. I'm going to be there. It's going to be me, my brother, my cousins. We're going to go up there for the game. It's going to be fun. I hope it doesn't rain, honestly. Let me see. Got to be there, bro. I keep checking the weather like a madman, honestly. I keep checking the weather like no other. I did that for game 1 as well. I checked that thing every single day and stressed myself out. Apparently, V3 out with angle injury per my top insiders. I just read that. On Twitter. Oh yeah, it does come out tonight. Here we go. Let's get them in here. Let me see.
Hold on. Am I in here?
Yes, sir.
Make sure my
back
audio
again.
Hold on, I can't hear.
You can't hear me? Yeah, I'm hoping we get that lag wave from last year. I'll be honest with you. I think that the media is kind of told what they can and can't say. I think they kind of get handcuffed a little bit. To be honest with you, I might be wrong, but
there we go. I got
you. We're back.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm having Wi-Fi issues. Production. I'm like Florida's offense right now. Can't get it going. Let's go.
Oh my God. It's all right. We're gonna work through it. I told y'all we got a lot to talk about. We tried to tell y'all last week this is going to be the new Gators podcast. It's a takeover.
Yes, it is. Y'all don't mind me, man. Not mind me. I'm trying to figure it out. Like my team. Don't worry about it.
They'll give you leeway. Me, I'd get roasted, but they're gonna let you slide.
What? This is every day with slightly decent, man. Janky Promotions. That's us. Well, we're gonna get it going, man. We are here. Man, what's the deal? Who we got in the chat? What's up, y'all?
We got some people in here. Everybody's talking. Beat Texas week. Some people are saying that Verno Brown might not play this week.
There we go. Okay, I see the comments. Here we go.
Saying Verno Brown has a high ankle sprain.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, when that come out? That must have just came out.
No, that's an insider little scoop.
Okay, cool.
I thought that the injury report against the SEC team had to drop at 7. I might be wrong though, but that's probably going to drop while we're live. So we'll be able to talk about that a little bit whenever that drops. Y'all in the chat can let me know when it drops. QWare says DJ is throwing 5 touchdowns Saturday.
Let's do it.
Throwing 5 touchdowns. I can tell you right now, Arch Manning ain't.
I'm telling you that.
I can tell you right now, I seen the way when he throws, the look on his face.
Hey, look,
He ain't throwing 5.
Remember how I was saying Lagway's first one was LSU?
Yep.
Hello.
Hey,
His first one. This is gonna be his first one because you know what I'm saying. And look, man, that's a great little point to start off. I mean, that's the greatest part about playing for Florida. Anybody in here, any high school kids watching or parents in here with kids. The great part about going to the University of Florida, we're 1-3. Everybody's saying this, everybody's saying that, and at the end of the day, this week versus Texas, biggest game. Everybody wants to watch this game. Everybody wants to see this game. That's the beauty of going to Florida. That's why we go to Florida, all right? Because it really,
exactly.
I mean, it matters, but at the end of the day, it don't matter. It's going to be sold out. It's going to be rocking. And look, man, if we can stay in the first half, it's going to stay rocking, right? Now,
exactly.
If we give it away in the first half and we do something that we're not supposed to do, then yeah, obviously it's going to reflect. But the beauty of it is, and I've been thinking a lot about our season, and I was thinking about, just teams when they do bad, and I think about Florida. I think about the teams in Florida. When they're not doing good, their games, nobody's talking about them. The games aren't sold out. Nobody's going to their games. It's not, nobody really cares. It's like, all right, we'll pack it up. But it's not like that in Gainesville, baby. It is
the
not.
Logo holds weight.
I'm telling you.
The logo.
Look, so I was watching our pod last week, and you see how I'm turned to the side?
Yeah.
So it looks like I'm not paying no attention. I'm like, bro, that is rude. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're good.
So, all I'm saying is my laptop's over here. So I'm doing my little homework and my research. So that's why I'm facing this way. Yeah, I didn't want to.
That's why I'm always looking this way, because I got my phone right here. So I got my notes and everything.
I'm still trying to figure out this whole YouTube thing. If I can get this chat up on my screen. But man, how you doing, man? Let's get into it. Let's start it up. We
Doing
here,
good, bro.
Gator Talk on a Wednesday, baby. Let's do it.
All right, so we'll kick it off. Florida versus Texas. Go ahead and give me your rundown of what you think the outcome of this game is. How you think it's going to go? Just you give me a recap. Give me what you think is going to happen.
Of course. So I've been watching Texas. I actually been watching Texas. Obviously, been watching Arch just like everybody else.
Yep.
And obviously, I've been watching the Gators. Now, the very first time I watched Texas versus Ohio. Well, it was probably their second game, not the Ohio State game, but the second game that they played. I was paying attention to them, and that week I said, "Oh, this is the team we're gonna beat." Off rips, that's what I said. Mainly because I did it perfect. Mainly because of Arch Manning, right? He's not as good as people say he was gonna be, and this is no knock towards him. Like I don't really care about him. I don't know him, anything like that. But he's not as good as what I'm saying. He's kind of like the Gators. I was kind of describing last week on how we got all this praise, we got all these high rankings preseason based off what we did last year. Yeah, we did play well, but I mean, I didn't think that it was worthy of being number 13 in the country. You know what I'm saying? But I already spoke on that. But same type deal. He comes in with all this hype, et cetera, et cetera. And me, obviously, playing and doing all that, I don't believe none of that. That people say, I want to see you. I want to see what you do. And when I'm watching him, I'm like this. I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because he's still young. He will be a good player. He will be good, but he's young right now. He's still figuring out. You can see he's still figuring it out. A lot like DJ, right? Still just figuring out how do I get back to my game in this college game, though, right? I'm playing with a bunch of guys that I really probably don't know. You know what I'm saying? And it's new to me still. All this pressure's on me. I see her. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Gotta lock in and figure it out. So I think they're both in the same category, quarterback wise. But I think DJ's a little bit. Oh my bad. Let me.
No, you're good. Go.
I think DJ's a little bit ahead of him. You know what I'm saying? I think he's played a little bit more football. He's seen a little bit more, right? So I do think DJ is the better quarterback in this matchup. But I was excited about this matchup. I was excited about this one, just because it's Texas. You know what I'm saying? The same type deal. How I said Florida has that, like you said, we have that logo. So does Texas. I mean, the same thing. I'm pretty sure when they have a down season, I'm pretty sure it's still sold out there too. Like it's one of those type schools. So you already know what type of game it's going to be, bro. You already know what type of game it's going to be. It's going to be one of those knockout, drag out type games. I think it's going to be low scoring. And but yeah, I think we're going to get them though, 100%. I've been saying this since week 2. I've been saying this. I said this is the team.
I said it week 1. I remember watching Texas, Ohio State. I was tailgating up in Gainesville, waiting to go into the swamp to watch Florida versus LIU. And watching that game, I was like, oh, yeah, we're going to get Texas. Like, we're going to get them. But see, I think that you hit it perfect with.
What's up, Russ?
Like, you got Texas. I mean, you got Arch Manning, you got DJ Lagway. They're both in the same category. They're in the same realm, as in the sense that, like, both of them were on a team last year. Mm-hmm. They had somebody where when they came in, I've touched on this a lot, whereas if it got tough for them, they knew, okay, for Arch, you had, dang, well, I can't think of his name right. Quinn Ewers that would come in. With Lagway. Before Mertz got hurt, it was like, okay, when he came in, okay, I got Mertz to fall back on. If it gets ugly, I got someone to fall back on. Mm-hmm. Now you see this year, both of them. All right, here's the keys. Yep. And both of them, I mean, these are sought after universities. And you're like, well, here's the keys to this Ferrari and this Lamborghini. They may be a little different, but they're still luxury. And it's like, here's the keys. And I don't feel like I feel like if you put Texas on our schedule, if you give them the same schedule that we got and they play the Miamis, they play the LSUs, I think that they have a loss or two as well. That's why I feel like that's why I feel like it's going to be a great game. Now, with that said, I am a little bit more nervous about our defense because we are going into this game with a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
A lot of key injuries.
Bro. And you know, I say I pay attention and all that, but I'm watching what was it, Miami game, and you know, before the game it shows everybody's hurt, and you know, I don't really now that we're doing this podcast, I got to really, you know, kind of lock into what's going on and who's hurt. But I'm looking at the thing before the game, the injury report, and all the guys, our defensive line that's out, and I'm like, gosh, I'm like, that's the worst position to be down, guys. You know what I'm saying? And those guys still, those guys still came in and did what they were supposed to do. So that's why I feel like, and that's kind of that team aspect I was talking about, how we're the guy, we're like, it's not like, wow, we got to play for coach. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not that vibe. It's like, oh shit, I get to play? Bet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm banking on. That's what I like. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we do, bro. We got a gang of injuries. My boy DD went down, man. Shout out to Dijon, man. Hurt my heart. But
yeah, that one hurt.
Yeah, man. I'm like, damn, he was playing good.
Got him one against LSU.
I'm telling you. Yeah, man. High school alum right there. That's my dog, man. We were working out this summer. We worked out a few times. Well, we worked out the most out of all the guys. So, man, that's my dude right there. But yeah, man. So I'm paying attention to the scouting report for the Miami game. I'm like, ugh. But and then the game turned out how it turned out. So I'm like, you know what? Hey, we can rock with it. I just Arch is not beating nobody this year. Like by himself throwing it, but he's not his team. He has a great team, right? Yeah. They do have a good team. They have a good defense. They play good together. They have a good coach and all that. And that's why they're gonna win. They're gonna win games and they'll be good. They'll be okay. But as far as is he gonna come into the swamp and win it? No, absolutely not. We can't lose it. You know what I'm saying? No.
I think the swamp speaks for itself. If you've ever been in that environment where it's like a hostile environment, especially when it's a game of this atmosphere, I don't care how much these fans want Billy gone. It's going to be loud. Everybody loves the Gators, but when you look at it, and I think this speaks for itself. It's just, and it goes to being why it's like so frustrating that our offense is doing the production that they're doing, because our defense is been so lights out. Mm-hmm. Even against Miami, we were missing so many defensive linemen. We were missing players just left and right. And Ron Roberts was still able to dial something up. He still was able to scheme. And I think that's with him this is where if this was the same team 2 years ago, we'd get blown out because we had no depth. None. But there's depth all over the place. Mm-hmm. So is it getting a little bit thin? Yeah, because now we're going into the depth chart. So now if they get injured, now we're even further into it. Now it is getting a little bit. That's where I'm like, it's where I'm a little worried. Texas is super deep.
Yeah.
Like they are. They're super deep. I think the big thing is, and I've been very firm on this and I stand on this, that Arch Manning went into Ohio State. He lost, but they kept it somewhat close. I'm not a participation award. I'm not going to give him anything. But I'm telling you right now, the shoe is not the swamp. It's not. He's coming to a whole different atmosphere.
This is like those stadiums, like those big stadiums that are real nice, and those they don't get like that's not intimidating to me. Like if it's big and it's nice and it's like all right, y'all put $100 million into the stadium like Michigan and all that, like okay, cool. Like the swamp is like the old high school stadium, but just with jumbo seats. You know what I'm saying? Is that type energy, is that type vibe when you walk in there. And yes, I agree, bro. It is a different vibe. And I'm actually looking up Texas' schedule right now, right? Just to see, because you made a good point about, their depth and who they have and or what they got going on, right? But like you said, if we switch schedules with anybody, nobody's 4-0. What is it? 4-0, 5-0, 4-0?
Right.
Right. So
4-0.
Texas played Ohio State, right? Cool. 14-7. Bro, I don't even want to say their next 3 games. You understand? San Jose State and Sam Houston. What are we talking about?
I will say this.
And that's where I get to I'm not buying the whole they got to see us. Like, they got to see us. I don't know, but like, yeah, they got okay, I'm getting off track. Because my point was trying to say about how their players and their depth, and I think that we have just as good as a roster, right?
Yeah.
And my point to being is that, first of all, we're gonna find out this Saturday whose roster is really, really, even though we don't have everybody. But bro, if we had that schedule, if we played Ohio State first and then we played UTEP, San Jose State, we would be 3-1 too, and nobody would be complaining about anything.
I think that both teams have something to play for. That's the thing, because Arch is listening. Arch hears it. I mean, everybody's talking about it,
and he knows it. Sarkisian knows it. Like, if you have a good coach, then he's not gonna let you not know. You understand? So he knows this is one of them ones. This is the first one. Like for Art, like okay, like like this is it. He knows that they're not that they. If you downplay it if you want to, and you're gonna look like Ole Miss.
My thing is, if you I watched that Ohio State Texas game. And I watched the best player on Ohio State, Jeremiah Smith. He dropped multiple passes that were on the money. It's not like it was a great defensive play that caused him to drop it. No, there was screens, there was bubble screens. And I mean, like, it looked like it was a first game. It looked like it was a first game against Texas. I don't feel like that Texas really... I think because it all revolves around they're just like us. I think they got a great defense.
They do.
But they got a quarterback who just seems to be, I think that's the biggest thing for this game. If you watch this game, I will guarantee you when we come back on Sunday and watch this video again and remember I said this, it's going to be which quarterback can get out of their head first.
100%.
Which one can figure it out. And
100%.
The problem is we're in the swamp.
Yep.
I mean, and that's all there is to it. You got to go
CD.
You got to go grab this. You have to go grab this game. If you're Billy Napier, if you cannot go win this game, it's not like this is a number 1 team in the country. This is a team that has been struggling. They've beat up on some nobody teams, which you're supposed to do. You're supposed to beat who you're supposed to beat. And they went and did that. They handled business. But when it comes to this game, which quarterback can get out of the yips faster? Because they both seem to have it.
That's it. No, 100%. 100%. And next year, Lagway and Arch are going to be the guys. Yeah, I 100% agree with that. And it's going to be the kid from Ohio State as well.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because they're taking care of him like they're supposed to.
Yeah,
right. They're not. They got the great. They have Ohio State. I'm talking about Ohio State now. They have a great team, and they don't let him do nothing crazy. That's how you're supposed to do it, right? But that's not we're not in that situation. We have a guy that can go out there and win us a game. Let him do it, right? So. But I 100% agree with you though, bro. 100% agree with you about the Texas point. And I think
we talked about it last week. We got Dallas Wilson back.
Yep.
He's coming back. I mean, unless the injury report says something different, everything I've read, he's practiced all week and he is ready to go. And I don't think
he won't play. He won't play the whole game, but he'll get his shots. That Billy's gonna dial some stuff up for him. He'll have some openings.
If he is what you say he is, and I'll be honest with you, if he played, if the defense, this is the way I look at it, right? Our defense is outstanding. I mean, this really is a great defense, top to bottom. I think they play together well as a unit.
Yep.
If they are what we've noticed that they are, and if that orange and blue game, if they played to their full potential, that defense, and Dallas Wilson did that to them, then Dallas Wilson's going to beat up on some defenses. And you got to let him loose. I get that he's coming off an injury, but at some point, and I think Billy said it. He said it when he was with Louisiana, and it was right before he got hired. He walks up to the commentator and he says, "Scared money don't make money." And it's like, well, at this point, you gotta put it all in. Everything's got to be all in because you ain't got nothing to lose. If you lose this game, I don't know that you're making it to next week.
Right. That's a great segue too. That's a great segue. But yeah, bro, I'm with you. I think we have just as good as a roster as really anybody. Honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly, right? It's just, and you know what I'm saying? You really kind of, I'm going to bring this up all episode. Chat, I'm going to bring this up all episode. Switch our schedules.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see I want to see who's good because Ohio State ain't play nobody. Texas ain't play nobody. Who are the other good teams?
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss is playing. Miami, LSU.
You know what's crazy? I feel like when it and it's just being honest, and this is a perfect segue into one of our points we want to touch on is Billy being let go.
Yep.
I really do believe, though, I really do mean this. I think that if you put a Lane Kiffin in this situation, you take Billy off the sidelines, you put Lane as the go-to guy, you put Dan Lanning as the guy, like you put these top coaches, Ryan Day as the guy, where Ryan Day will willingly go higher in OC. If you put them on this sideline with this squad, I don't think that DJ has the yips. I don't think that this offense is underproducing. I don't think we're running 2-yard screens or 2-yard outs on 3rd and 7. I just don't see that happening. I think that's the big thing when it comes to. I feel like DJ feels and can. I think this plays a lot into it. I think that DJ can feel that Billy doesn't trust him fully. Mm-hmm. That he's like, well, he doesn't let me just air it out.
That was my point. That was my point in Miami week. He's a quarterback. He's a gunslinger. He just came from his high school where he's throwing the ball 50 times a game. He has 4 touchdowns every game and all that. And that's why I said, bro, let him do it. Let him have it. But you know what I'm saying? This kind of goes into all of our points that we're talking about, getting a new coach, firing Billy, et cetera, et cetera. It's like that stuff right there is what gets you is what gets you fired. You know what I'm saying? It's because now everybody sees that. I'm not the only one that saw that. I'm looking. I'm like, bro, we're not doing nothing. You see it. We're not doing it. Come on, bro. We gotta go. We gotta pick it up. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part where this week we're gonna see, like, what are you gonna do? If you come out here doing that Miami shit, you might not even make it. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is in Gainesville. That's just what it is. I've been on the field when Muschamp was about to get. I've heard the. There's no faking it. Nobody's secretly like, get ready. No. They down there on the front row, waiting for you to walk through that tunnel. And once you get close enough, it's over. It's up. They yelling anything that you know what I'm saying. I've been there. I've heard it. I've seen it. I've felt it. I've lost to Georgia Southern in the swamp. You know what I'm saying? I've been there. So this is one of those times where I'm not speaking just from like out my ass. This is gonna be real.
It's not opinion based.
This is not opinion based. This is what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So if you got to come out there, you got to let it, like you said, we got to let it go. You got to let them play. Let them play quarterback. You know what I'm saying? At this point, it don't really matter to you because, in my opinion, I'm not necessarily sure what the end of the season looks like for you anyway. So
yeah,
what the hell?
I think this is a perfect segment into the why wouldn't he hire an OC? I think a big thing with this, and I know, like you said, you're not real like super deep into this, but like I'm pretty bad. I can't lie. I watched all the press conferences.
Talk to me, bro. Talk to me, man.
Watching Billy's, watching Billy's press conference this week and listening to what he said when he goes, And I like the question. And you could tell. See, this is my problem with him, and I get it. He tries to do the Bill Belichick, the Nick Saban approach, where it's very calm demeanor and it's, there's no enthusiasm. It's kind of like I'm strictly business. But he got asked the question about not giving up play calling, where other coaches have. And I know that they were referencing to like Eli Drinkowitz at Missouri, who he was calling plays. It wasn't working. His job was on the line. And then he gave up the keys to an OC. And then now you see Missouri's winning. Like you see that Missouri is moving. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. No matter strength of schedule, I don't care. They're getting done what they're supposed to get done.
Right.
When that question was asked to Billy, his response was, you see him, he like wipes his forehead. You can tell he's like, man, I'm tired of answering this question. But it's like, you got to answer this. If you refuse to give it up, then you deserve all of this stress that you're going to get about being asked the question. And he goes, well, it's what got me here. And I think in his mind, he was like, oh, that's a great response because I think he listened to Spurrier when Billy got here. Spurrier made the comment, and everybody knows him. That's an old ball coach. Like he can basically do what he wants in Gainesville. But he said, if it got you here, don't give it up, right? That's fine. But the problem is that it got Billy here. But the problem is what he's not thinking about is it's like, that's what got us where we're at right now. That's what's got us to 1-3. That's your fault. Like in the same sense of you looking at like, well, this is what got me here. This is what got me to this league. And it's like, this ain't the Sun Belt, bro. Yeah. This is the SEC. What got you here is also what's hurting you. So if you want to stay here, go ahead, take your buyout. That's fine. If that's what you're trying to get to, stick with it. But that's also in the same breath that you're saying that's what got us here. Yes, that's correct in two ways. That's what got you here, but it's also what's got you here where you're at right now.
100%. I agree. And it's one thing I could tell you is coaches pride. That's all it is. I mean, it's tough talking. It's tough talking to the media and doing all this, that, the third, when you feel like everybody's on you. So I get that aspect of it. So sometimes you say things that you just say things and you just say them just for that moment. And you understand that, like, bro, you understand that we know that we going to go back and look at the, you know what I'm saying? And afterward, you kind of like, And that's why people don't like to talk to the media, right? Because he can't really say what he really, really, really truly feels and what he really wants to say and all that. So he says something like, and then it comes off wrong or whatever. So that, for me, the media, I don't even, all right, bro, say what you want to say. At the end of the day, Saturday, 7:30, you know?
Yep.
Saturday at 7:30. Or is that time we play?
No, we play at 3:30 this week.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But see, I do want to go more into that point where.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's like, bro, you can say what you want. You can do what you want. At the end of the day, you're in the situation that you're in. And if your higher ups are asking something of you, like we're not too sure that anybody's asking to hire OC. That's the media, right? So if your higher ups, this case the AD or the president, whoever is higher above him, however it goes at Florida, if they're asking you to do stuff and you're still like, well, then you got to know what situation you're putting yourself into. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And now, so what it does is when you do have a 1-3 season, like now we can fire you because hey, we tried, but you know what I'm saying? Is that the case? Who knows? We don't know. I don't know if, you know what I'm saying? I know the media is asking him to give up the play calling. That's the media. That don't got nothing to do with his boss, Billy Napier's boss. You know what I'm saying? They might be having good conference, like keep calling the plays. You know what I'm saying? He just has to answer to the media because that's what they're asking, right? When behind the scenes, it may be cool. Who knows, right? Who knows? But you know, it's obvious what situation he's in. It's no secret. It's not like this isn't no. And like I said last week, you damn near got to go undefeated. We got to win out for you to keep your job, and that's just the reality situation. It's not opinionated. That's just anybody looking at this situation. That's just what it is, you know. Right. So all the media. He can say at this point, he can say whatever he wants. He can get out there and say, we're gonna do this, that, this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. We're not gonna do this. I'm gonna have Vernon Hargraves call the plays. If we win, then he'll keep his job. And if he loses, then he's gonna be out of there and we gotta find a new coach. Right. Yeah. So that's how I'm kind of looking at this whole aspect. It's like I'm not too worried about what he says now. With Saturdays.
Yeah.
Saturdays.
You're right. You're right.
Change the game. Because that's
at this point the talk's over.
Exactly. It doesn't matter what he says. It don't matter. He can say everything. He could quote the Bible.
Yeah.
Hey, brother.
I think why this is such a huge game. I got this schedule pulled up here. Mm-hmm. Texas this week at home, right? You got Texas this week at home. Yep. We have known for a long time. There's a specific saying. It said on the Jumbotron. It's all over the place, and it's talking about the swamp. And the main thing is only Gators get out alive. And my biggest problem under Billy Napier is that has not been the case. That has not been what it is at all. And we got Texas coming to town this week, right? Then what? There's another thing that's been a fault of Billy Napier, and that's that he can't win on the road. Well, what do we do next week? We're heading on to Texas A&M. And it's like, you want to play.
They're good. They play.
But the thing is, too, you want to talk about loud environments? I got a buddy who lives in Texas. He went to the Texas A&M game, and he said, the swamp has them beat. And he's like, but Texas A&M's.
Texas A&M, they get it rocking.
They're up there.
Not yet. They're not playing.
They're called the 12th man for a reason.
100%.
But
you see the game after that? Hold on. See after that? Oh, yeah, go. I'm sorry, bro.
You're good. But after that, you come back home, and you got Mississippi State.
Ain't no joke.
No, Coach Levy has them boys playing hard.
They're playing good.
Them boys playing hard.
Yeah.
And I'm like, then you go to Kentucky. That's the next game that I'm like, I think we win that. I don't care if we got an interim coach or really still there. I think we beat Kentucky. They just don't look good.
Yeah.
And then you go to Ole Miss.
Yep.
And them boys, I can tell you right now, they remember seeing us beat them in the swamp last year.
Oh yeah.
Dunking on their hoop that they left over there.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna try to put it on us.
And then Tennessee and Florida State. Come on, bro. Yeah. What are we talking about schedule wise? You know what I'm saying? And I think, unfortunately for Coach, he got a bad draw to hand, my boy. You know what I'm saying? You got a bad draw.
Yeah.
But
see, I agree. But the thing is, when you're in the SEC, and I get it, there's gonna be years that you're going to get a little bit better of a hand. Mm-hmm. But now that it's going to a 9-game schedule, it's not going to get much easier. So if you can't cut it, you got to grab wins when you can grab them. USF at home, let USF, they ain't even little bro. Mm-hmm. Like, I would say that UCF might be little bro, and then USF is like the little cousin that comes over that just annoys you, and you're like, yeah, you can play the video game, you hand them the controller that ain't even plugged in. And you let them come in and just plug it in themselves and beat us. Like, I'm like, bro, how did you let that happen?
Yeah.
How did you let that happen?
Yeah, and that makes coaching at Florida so much harder, bro. Because now when you come in, you can't lose that game. You can't lose any game outside the SEC.
Yeah.
Now
you can't.
Yeah, it's over with.
That's the hard part. And that's why I think that Coach Napier, I think he's a great guy. And I do. I think that he's someone that I'm like, Silk, who's on a Stadium Gale podcast, and he said it perfect. He's like, he'd make a great youth pastor. He just doesn't make that great of a coach. Yeah. And it's not really trying to knock him. I think he is a great coach when it comes to like the Sun Belt. I just think there's levels to it. At any level, there's levels to getting to where you want to get to. Some people can get there. You can hire them from the Sun Belt. Eli Drinkowitz was hired from the Sun Belt, and he figured it out. But he realized what he had to do. He's like, if I want to keep the longevity of this, my play calling and what my knowledge is of a playbook and calling it isn't going to work. So I'm going to hire somebody that will.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And ego will kill you faster than anything.
100%, bro. Like that's that pride, bro. That's that pride. It's hard to give up your baby, bro. It's hard to give it up, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. You know, it's like I said, man. The bed's already made. You know.
Yeah.
It's kind of unfortunate, but I mean, for him, it's unfortunate for him. But you know, it is what it is, man. You got to go out there. Hey, look. At the end of the day, you got to go out there and you got to try to find. You got to put Coach, you gotta put yourself in the best position. Just like anybody, it's really like the NFL right now. It's like if you're on your last year of your contract, that's really what it is. You got to go out there and you don't not play because it's your last year of your contract. You got to go out there and you got to put everything out that you can on film so the next team can come get you. And that's kind of situation we're in right now when it comes to coaching. So
yeah, I mean, no matter what, he's gonna live a great life. Yeah, and I think there's a lot of coaches.
He's good.
Yeah, I think that Mullen, like for example, Mullen did numbers here. He did things like he had a great season where it could have turned into a championship run, and we know how that ended. We know the things that happened with that. I think this is where it's hard. Whereas like Mullen got picked up. UNLV wanted to take a risk on him.
He sat a year though.
He did. He did. Yeah, I think he sat more than a year. He sat a couple of years, and and that's fine. Like sitting a few years, whatever. With Billy, I think that's where the trouble is. You got to go out there and you have to risk it. Like you got to put it on the line out here. Let me
pose this question to you. I had this. I think I sent this to you. Okay, so does it help or hurt to fire your head coach in the middle of the season?
My personal opinion, I think it's hard because you got both hands of it. You got both sides of it, right? Ron Zook got fired mid-season, but he got to coach the rest of the season, and he did that for his guys. The reason that I think that it works out is because you show other teams, like, for example, Auburn is probably going to fire their head coach. So what happens when they fire him? And it's just a day and age. You got to look at it like, oh, well, what are my options right now? Because there's other coaches that are going to get extensions, and then buyout money is going to be more. Whereas if you fire somebody right now, you go, hey, all these other coaches that are out there, look what's open. Like this spot is open here for you now. So don't take that extension because you're going to make it harder for us to get you if this is a spot you want to be. If you want to come recruit in the state of Florida, if you want to come coach this historic university who's known for winning championships, who's known for winning records, and who's known for high-powered offenses and great DBs, it's open. Whereas if you keep him all season, you're like, well, we saw what happened last year. We didn't know if he was going to get fired or not. And then Scott Strickland comes out with a letter and says he's still there. You know what I mean? I know what you're saying because the guys still want to play for Coach Nate. You were there, because you were there when Muschamp got let go, right? And then McElwain came in.
We finished the year, though. Yeah, we got to finish the year, but we kind of knew what was going on.
Yeah.
It was at Birmingham Bowl my sophomore year. It was after that we kind of knew. But no, I mean, I know I made my point, and that's why you're referencing why I asked that question. But if you even just take the Gators out of it, just in general, in general terms, losing your head coach midseason, right? What is that? What has that looked like in the past? Is that what I'm saying? It's just like I'll say it like this: I've never seen a team like fire the head coach and then go win the national championship.
Yeah.
So what's so my question is what would be the benefit if we do, well, now going back to the Gators, if we do decide to do that, what's the cons if we keep them? What what I'm saying? What does it look like? I'm not too sure. I don't really, I don't know, I'm not sure because the way it's set up right now, if you're a coach, you already know this job's open. You don't have to, nothing has to come out to say, well, looking at it from a business aspect, if I'm the Gators AD, whoever makes the decisions over there, right? It's kind of written on the wall already, right? So I don't have to do that to let people know the job's open. I mean,
but is it though? Is it writing on the wall? Only because of last year. The writing was on the wall, we thought last year, and then he squeaked a couple.
I didn't feel that last year. I don't think he was getting fired last year, man. Even if we didn't go on that run. What was that? Third year? It was third.
Here's my thing.
Year, right? This is fourth year, right?
This is fourth year. Yeah, but see, coming from the fan base, coming from Twitter and like, bro, it was all over. Like,
that's every year with the that's the media, the fan base, of course, every year.
Yeah,
like, that's what I'm saying. We joked about this last time. If we hire a new coach, he loses the first game, we're gonna say fire him too. Of course. So that's that aspect of it. But I don't think I think he was like I don't think last year. I think that's why Strickland said what he said, because I don't think last year. I don't think he was even close to. I think 4 years is the mark, because then you have your recruits in and they're sophomores now. At this point, you got your whole program going. Like, you can't. 3 years is crazy. Why hire somebody 3 years? That's crazy. That's crazy. You can't do that. That's you're not even a good. You need to get fired as AD if you hiring people for 3 years, right? That fourth year, them first 6 games in the beginning, that's the right. If you're 20 and 22 like Billy was, or whatever he was before this, I think he's 22 now, but whatever he was before these 4 games,
right?
That's your right. You got 3 years to make yourself settled for that 4th year, right? But if 3 years ain't looking right, that 4th year is the hot seat year. And I think that's exactly where we're at. And we dropped 3 already. So, hey, it's the University of Florida. And that's what comes with it. When you sign that contract, you know that.
Yeah.
It's not you can't be here 6, 7 years. No. Right. We're gonna go a different way with it. And I think that's where it's at with it. So this year definitely was the year, and we see how it's turning out. But with that being said, as a coach, as a head coach, you understand that aspect of the coaching. You understand, like, especially if you're looking for a job, or if you're somewhere where you're trying to upgrade, you're trying to get to the SEC, you're looking around. You know what's going on right now. You can't necessarily contact Florida. I don't think they can contact you. I don't know how that works. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. I don't know if you can recruit a coach or whatever. However,
I don't know the ins and outs of that.
Yeah, but when that season ends, you're gonna be on your phone, because coaches have agents. So you're gonna call your agent, what's going on in Florida, and the agent's gonna call the AD, and then you know what I'm saying, that's how stuff gets out, that's how stuff gets leaked and all that. But at this point, if I'm a coach, I know that Florida job's gonna be open at the end of the year. Right. Unless we go undefeated. What's the likeliness of anybody going undefeated in today's time, right? Teams are too good now. Teams are too good. We got good players. There are no teams that you just know you're gonna beat. Teams that you definitely should beat, but knowing that you're gonna beat them, nah, it's not that anymore. You got to go beat them for real. You got to go beat them for real.
You got to be up and ready for every game.
Up and ready, right. So I don't know. I don't know what it's like. Well, I do know what it's like, but if we do, fire our coach, do our players leave? Does everybody want to abandon ship? Do we get
So here's my thing.
Do we hire a new coach now? What happens?
Yeah. I think my thing with it is, I think they wanted to wait till week 5. Most people are redshirted. Now, I will say it does give me a little bit of like what's going on, because if Vernell Brown doesn't play, he's only played 4 games, so he can still technically redshirt. He's got his 4 games, a 5th game, he burns it. But I do think that no matter what, it's just like recruiting now. You hear Jeremiah Smith talked about it. He said that after the season was over, he had people writing him and talking to him, and Cam Newton brought it up. It's a perfect way. Yet, can I, as a coach, if I'm the coach of the University of Florida, can I go talk to Jeremiah Smith and like, yo, I'll give you $6 million a year to come here, $10 million a year to come here? No, I can't do that. But I can go, oh, I know so-and-so that's his cousin right there. I'm going to tell him, or his cousin's going to contact me like, hey, I'm Jeremiah Smith's cousin. Like, what would you offer? Just out of curiosity, what would you throw out there? So I tell him, he goes back and goes, yo, Coach JB down there at the Swamp, he said he'll give you $11 million a year. Right now, you're only making $7 million. It's the same thing with coaches. Everybody is backdoor talking to everybody. So I think that's why I'm not too stressed about it. And I'll be 100% honest. The only reason that I'm like ready for it to happen is just so I can kind of
move on with it.
Like I'd never wish anybody to lose their job.
Right.
But it's like there comes a point
that's
when
not how we're talking here, but we will not. We talking sports, like not personal.
We invest a lot into this. We have lives here that we live every single day, and we decide to get on here and talk for an hour and a half about this team that we love. And I'm sorry, but if you're just not cutting it, you're just not cutting it. That's just all there is to it.
You already know, man. You already know how it goes. That's the beauty and the pains of what comes with being a Gator, bro. This shit's cutthroat over here. We don't play no games over here. It's cutthroat, man. It's cut.
And it has been for a long time.
We already talked about Florida, Texas. We talked about the game in general.
Yep.
But yeah, we did.
So I want to get your opinion on.
Oh wait, I got something for you while we still on.
Go ahead. While
Okay,
I look this up, you tell me.
I guess we didn't really come to an answer about if it will help or hurt. We don't know. That's why we don't know.
Yeah.
But my next point to this would be: does performance matter? You know what I'm saying?
To keep Nape's job? What do you mean? Explain.
Yeah. I guess for him to keep his job, does performance matter?
The reason that I don't think that it does, I would say if this was, say, just throwing examples out there. If this is year 2 and the performance wasn't, say he lost every game year 1, year 2, he's on the verge of losing them all again. I could see it not affecting him then because he could be like, well, these are still Mullins guys. I still have I still have locker room issues. I still have this that I need to deal with. I personally feel like if you have locker room issues, I do think that you went wrong as a head coach because I don't really think, and I might be wrong, but I feel like as a locker room, I feel like most of those people know each other. And I'm like, if something's going to the wayside, I think it's something you're doing wrong as their like head honcho, as their leader.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that performance could save him. Like if they go out there and it's like, well, DJ's doing bad. DJ's throwing more interceptions. And it's like, well, you chose not to make the switch.
Mm-hmm.
You chose not to put TJ in. You chose not to do something to save this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you just let this shit run right into the.
So what if it's a 42-35 game? You know what I'm saying?
Against Texas?
Win or loss, yeah.
You still lost.
Yeah.
Close. I've been told my whole life that close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. That's it. It's the only time that it matters. And I can see again if this is year 1 or year 2, but if this was close and you only had one other loss and say it was LSU or Miami, but you got the other one. Okay. And you beat USF, you beat LIU. Okay. You get a little bit of leeway. They'll let the leash go a little bit, but no, like you are 1-3 teams. You beat the only team on this schedule that you were like, this is guaranteed. Like I could have went out there probably and played quarterback with this surrounding cast and we could have probably beat LIU. Right. And it's just being honest, but at this point of it, no, I don't think you get that. You got that excuse last year. Well, we got DJ coming. Yeah. DJ's on the way. You got the excuse last year.
Yeah. I'm with you. I agree. I say, yeah, win or go home.
Yeah.
Very much so. Win or go home. So
it's a swamp, bro. You got it. Like no one fears. Like I just don't feel like anyone fears it anymore, and that's the sad thing. And you saw what it did. I'll be 100% honest. I'll be 1,000% honest with you here. And anybody in this chat, the runs we made last year, beating LSU, beating Ole Miss, those are the 2 key wins that we had last year. We knew, those are the ones that everybody reflects to back then. If those games are not in the swamp, we don't win those games. So Billy got saved with that aspect that those were in the swamp.
Right.
Like that saved you there. But you're not going to it's just, I don't know, that saved you. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. The swamp brings you. Dan Lanning said this about Penn State, that the crowd at Penn State gives you 7 points.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's the same with Florida.
He was turned.
Yeah, I think that Florida, the actual stadium, it's crazy to say this, but I feel like that stadium gives you 7 to 10 points, right?
100%.
And I don't know, man. I feel like if those games were in Ole Miss or in LSU, I don't think we win it, and I don't think Billy's our coach right now.
Yeah.
What about you though? What do you think about the performance side of it?
Nah, it don't matter. It don't matter.
Yeah.
Win or go home.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a complicated equation for me. We could talk about it all we want. You know what I'm saying? As fans, you can talk in there, but we know. Well, I think I know what's going to happen at the end of the year or in the middle of the year, however it may goes, and that's just what it is. It ain't really that deep. We see 2022 at Florida. That's all. That's it. That's all you really have to say. And it's not no personal shot. It don't matter what happened. This, that, the third. Hey, You know, now I just kind of worry about. Well, I don't even worry about I don't even worry about the roster because you can buy whoever you want to nowadays, right? And I very much think the next guy that we get in here, it's going to be not so much Florida's way. It's going to be his way. Like, hey, look, we're going to spend some money to get these players. I don't think we spend a lot of money to get players. I don't think we have to.
Yeah.
One, but I don't think Ohio State has to either. I don't think Texas has to either. I don't think A&M has to either, but they do. But they actually do it. I don't think that we do at all. I think we take care of our players and they're in good spots. But I think most of the times, which is also, this is a great thing, we get players because we're Florida, because we're the University of Florida. But at the end of the day, now we're playing a money game.
Yeah.
Right now we're playing a money game. So I do think that this next go round is going to be more money. Like, hey, look, because there's no way we should have Jeremiah Smith got out of Florida. How? He should be in Miami, Florida State, or Florida. Either one of the teams. He's from Miami. How the fuck he get out of Miami?
Yeah.
You know,
I'll never understand it.
What are you talking about? And
I was trying to find you they just posted about the NIL spendings. And Florida's low on it. Ole Miss is lower than we are. But it's like Texas, Bama, but it goes in the list. Like Missouri is one above us. And it's like, you look at the Oregons, right? And it sucks. It's the wild, wild west that we're in right now in college football. You have to spend. You got to.
All Oregon's players are from down here.
Yeah. All from down here, Texas, Georgia.
And that's the thing. Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to tell you.
You know what's crazy about it too is I'm like, everyone's like, well, we don't spend enough. We don't spend enough. And it's like, okay, that's fine, right? That's fine. If you go to a new restaurant, right? Go to a brand new restaurant. You have, you kind of, or even a restaurant, you've kind of been there, right? But you're like, okay, this is what I know is like, I can get this and it's going to be okay. But like, oh, there's this expensive thing up here, but I don't know if it's going to taste good. I don't know what I can do with that. I don't know what that chef is going to do with that. If I spend that money, I don't know what it's going to taste like. That's what the boosters are looking like with Billy Napier. What if we give him more money? Are we just going to waste that money on these players and he's still going to do nothing with them? And, they're giving him stuff. They're giving him that productivity. They're giving him that money to spend on these players and to put out there. But you can't – they're not going to go all in on a coach. Now, you bring Lane here, right? You bring one of those top coaches we kind of talked about. John Gruden, maybe not. But Lane Kiffin, like a Dan Lanning, and I don't think we're getting a Dan Lanning, but I'm just putting it out there as an example. You bring one of them there that they can go, hey, this is my resume. Look what I got for you. Like, this is what I bring to the plate. This is what I'm bringing to the table right here on my plate. This is what I got. Look at my resume. I'm making it work in the SEC. I'm making it work in P4 football now. You bring someone in like that, I guarantee our NIL money goes up.
100%.
But they ain't going to pay Billy. They don't know what he's going to bring.
Right. And when I say pay players, this is not every recruit, right? This is the top guys, right? And this is where coaching and recruiting and all that comes into play. Like, this is where I'm talking about Jeremiah Smith-esque players. Not everybody, no. When you recruit, you have to recruit mainly 3-star, 4-star. You have to get the bunches. It got to be 3, 4-star players, however they want to label it, right? You're a 5-star guy. No, you don't want a team full of 5-star guys. That's just all equal. When you're a 5-star in high school, you think you're the best player since sliced bread, and nobody's gonna tell you nothing, and this, that, the third. You don't want a bunch of them guys on your team,
right?
Like, you don't. It don't work like that. When you look at Alabama, their team, it's a bunch of 3-star guys, 4-star guys from Alabama, from Tennessee, from that close around area that sat a year. That sat 2 years, and then in their third year, they're ready to play because they understood what was going on. That was Nick Saban. That was his whole thing. Yes, he did like the 5-stars, you know what I'm saying, but he got 1 or 2 a year, right? And that played a specific position, either like quarterback, receiver, DB. You know what I'm saying? You didn't necessarily see Nick Saban going out and getting the 5-star defensive tackles and defensive ends and the linebackers because, like, in high school, defensive ends, linebackers, and all that, your body's going to change. You're going to grow, and all that shit is different. You might just be the biggest player in high school, so you're the 5-star linebacker, but you're not very good. You don't understand what's going on. You're just bigger and faster than everybody. so you can run around, right? So when I'm talking about who we're gonna pay, that's what we have to find the right guy to give that money to. It's not everybody. We're not giving out money to everybody, all 5-star. No. You have to find that Jeremiah Smith that can change your offense, that can change your program, and put your money in on him, right? Because there's no way, in my opinion, a kid from South Florida, I'm talking about Jeremiah Smith right now, a kid from South Florida, he grew up down there, Miramar, all that. Miami kid, one thing about Miami kid, I grew up in Miami. I don't know if you know, my dad coached at the U, all that. I grew up down there. One thing about Miami is we're Miami. Like, it's Miami. We don't want to leave Miami. We don't want to leave the state of Florida. We don't have to, like, we'll go to Disney World, if anything. Like, that's how Miami kids are. Especially, that's just what it is. That's how it is down there. Miami's just, we're not trying to go to USC. We don't have to, because we got Florida, we got Florida State, we got Miami right there for us. Cool. Fast forward. I don't see Jeremiah Smith being from Miami his whole life. He was a Ohio State fan. Never.
Right.
It's not happening. He liked Miami, or he liked Florida State, or he liked Florida. Like, you know what I'm saying? So fast forward, he gets to high school. Nobody offered him as much as Ohio State in the state of Florida. Are you shitting me? How? Like that?
But I don't think money played a part in it. But I think everybody. Okay, Leonard Fournette coming out of college going into the NFL. If you asked all 32 of those teams, which running back do you want out of this class, out of this draft class, which one do you want? They all would have told you Leonard Fournette. Every one of them. Everybody said Leonard Fournette as a freshman, bald-headed, running through people every single week. You knew what you were getting. The difference is, right, is it's like, well, where can he go, for example, with Jeremiah Smith, right? Now, I've grown up, I've watched recruiting and paid attention to recruiting for a long, long, long time, right? Right. Now you have what's called the 5-star plus. That's what Jeremiah Smith is. Bryce Underwood was that. There are 5 stars on every platform that there is.
Right.
I don't think that Jeremiah Smith was like, I'm going to go to Ohio State because I'm a fan of them. I think that it kind of goes into the sense of if Brian Hartline was at the University of Florida, it was putting these receivers into the league, 100%. Jeremiah Smith would have been in Gainesville. I don't think he cared about that, because he's going to change you could go out there. I don't care who you are. Anybody could go out there and throw passes to Jeremiah Smith, and he's going to catch the ball. As long as you can get it in his vicinity, he's going to catch it.
Right.
So people like him, you got to show them. And I think that's the big thing. I'll disagree a little bit on what you said about, like, with Bama. Bama was loaded with 5 stars. The only difference is Nick Saban knew how to control him.
Right.
Nick Saban knew how to bring him in, knew how to, like, reel him in. I think that's kind of like what's going on with Georgia right now, is that they're not under control. There's a bunch of 5 stars there. They go and get all the 5 stars, like you said.
My thing with Bama is, if you check their teams and you check their rosters when they won, it wasn't freshman 5 stars all on the roster.
Right.
There were juniors. There were some freshman 5 stars that played. But no, they play special teams first. Like Reuben Foster, the kid that came in with me, 5-star, this, all that, third. His first 2 years were special teams. He ain't, you know what I'm saying? His junior year, he played, you know what I'm saying, all that, and he got in and did what he was supposed to do. But those guys come in and they don't play right away. Right? They don't, except for there was like there's a few guys that played right away as freshmen, as 5 stars at Alabama. I think Pastor Tam was one of them. Yeah, maybe, but other guys sat behind or rotated in and did all that, and it was like that at Florida too. Like, I didn't come in and just play, you know what I'm saying? I told my little story, but that's the kind of aspect I'm talking about. And back to Jeremiah Smith, it's like, I do think that, you know what I'm saying, all that's good, and you might not have been for the money, but you being from Florida, and if Florida comes and offers me what they should have offered me. That's still going to change. That'll still change my perspective. I don't even think he got recruited, but like, I think that they saw like he was interested in Ohio State, and they were just like, all right, we're going to let him have. Like, bro, we should have, all teams in Florida, it's not just Florida, all teams in Florida should have been on his bumper 24/7. He should have never got out of the state of Florida. And I say that to say, okay, they might have had a better coach, cool, but that's where we offer more money to stay. That's, that's where the recruiting aspect of it, that's where the push-pull aspect comes with it. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they put guys into league, but at the end of the day, bro, you're from Florida. You're from the state of Florida. This is where it's, bro, if I'm a coach, come on, you got to stay here.
Right.
That's the way I'm looking at it. And if we have to bring out more money, then we need to bring out more money for a guy like this. You know what I'm saying? But
but again,
that's the way I look at it. I don't think any 5-star player that's as good as Jeremiah Smith of that ilk, you shouldn't leave Florida. If you're from Florida, went to high school in Florida, you should not get out of state of Florida. That's how
I agree 100%.
I don't know what these coaches are doing. I don't know what, but they not doing it right because ain't no way buddy from down here should be at Ohio State or somebody at Oregon. Like, I'm so happy that we got Dallas Wilson. Like, bro, he goes to school right down the street from me. What the fuck are you doing in Oregon?
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense. Well, how do we not get him? He's right here. You understand what I'm saying? That's the aspect.
But see,
however you want to draw it up, Coach Dick, you better get him.
Yeah, you got to go get him. But
like us going to get somebody like a top player in Los Angeles, and he comes to the Gators. Like, USC didn't get what? Huh?
Yeah. Which it shows you. We had a top corner one time. I'm trying to think of what his name was. He came from
Cali.
He came from Cali, and he was a DB. I can't think of what his name is off the top of my head.
He didn't even play on the.
He was on campus for like 2 weeks, and he left.
Yeah, he left.
Yeah. I can't think what his name is, but like, I agree with what you're saying. Some people can leave, right? Mm-hmm. But I think when it comes to spending money, right? This is a perfect example. You asked about the coaching. Who's buying these recruits? Because it ain't the university. It can be somewhat now, but really, in all reality, Hugh Hathcock, those guys like that, those guys are the ones who are buying them. I mean, there's a reason that Hugh has there's a wall on the side of the stadium that says his name. Mm-hmm. They're the ones who are putting in the money to go get these guys. But I guess the way I look at it is I'm like, why are you going to put the money into something? Yes, it's an investment. I guess you can look at it like stocks or whatever. You don't know what you're going to get out of it. But if you're looking at something, you go, well, I haven't seen nothing yet. Like, why am I going to go add a whole bunch of money into it? And that's, I think, why we're not getting. If Billy went and got a 10-win season, you know what I mean? 2 years ago.
I'm saying the money that we do have, the money that we have is enough. That's what I'm saying. The money that we have that is enough.
Yeah.
What's the word I'm looking for? Prioritize majority of fuck them other recruits at this point. Majority take all that other money, put that towards him, and the other guys, the guys that we gonna get, we got to get off being from Florida, and we got to get off wins. Mm-hmm. Right, but most of the chunk that we do, we don't need any more. We good. We straight. We cool on that. That's not what I'm saying. The chunk that we do have, 50% of that needs to go to that guy. The top DJ guy, Lagway, the Jeremiah Smith, whoever the defense, whoever he is, whoever the next guy is, it needs to go to him. The other guys that we recruit, you got to do your job and coach and recruit them motherfuckers and get them here because we're Florida. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to
like the Dallas Wilson
anyway. Yeah, you're not going to get all the 5 stars anyway. So that don't matter. Focus on one,
especially not now.
Focus on the one that's right down the street, and then all the other guys are going to fall in line. You know what I'm saying? That's my aspect of it. That's how I'm looking at it. Not necessarily, we need more money. No. Just take what we got and use that shit the right way. Don't be giving everybody a little bit because we don't know. They're not going to play no way. If you're a 3-star, 4-star high school player coming in or whatever, you got a few offers, you got Florida State, you're probably not going to play as a freshman anyway. Yeah. Right? Your body's probably not going to be big enough. You're probably not going to be ready to play. Like, it takes a lot to play as a freshman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, I think too, you're right though. If you go and drop that money on somebody, I'm trying to look at it both sides here. If you go drop that money on somebody, and I think this is where you could see with Dallas Wilson this weekend, how much is he going to play? I don't know, but I can tell you one thing. When it was Chris Steele. That was the cornerback's name.
Yeah, actually, Deanna, I'll talk to you for a little bit.
Yeah, so with Dallas Wilson this weekend, I guarantee you, and this is where I understand what you're saying. I'm picking up on what you're saying. When Dallas Wilson's on that field, I guarantee you everybody on Texas is like, where's he at? Exactly. Where's 6 at?
Exactly. They got to look. They got to figure out. And that's going to, you know what I'm saying? That's going to help out. It's going to help out the offense. It's going to help out everything. You know, so, and we kind of did it with Dallas. We kind of did it. We went and got him from Oregon. That's recruiting. That's how you're supposed to do it. I don't know what we did. I don't know what happened, but yes, that's how it's supposed to go.
I know what happened, but that's neither here nor there. No matter how it happened, he's here now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, that's a knock to all Florida schools. You know what I'm saying? Me and my dad, we talked about that all the time. And He was just like, because back in the day, if you were good in Florida, you were staying in Florida. You're not going.
Yeah.
You're not getting out of state.
You had to come in and beg to get them out of here.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, that's out.
Yeah.
That's out of pocket.
So I want to touch on. I know we're running pretty long on time, but I want to ask you this because I meant to ask you last week.
I got nothing to do.
So I don't know if you've watched recently, but they did, because of the 9-game schedule, each SEC team got 3 set teams for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
You saw it? Did you see who we got?
Yeah, we got Georgia, South Carolina, and Kentucky, right?
Kentucky, yep. What do you think about that? Because I got a question. You like it?
Sound the horn.
Yep.
Let's go.
So my question for it is, because I like it. Me personally, I like the way that looks, I like the way it sounds, because I'm like, all right, South Carolina, they're kind of in the same. I'll say this: I wish South Carolina was on our schedule this year, because anytime that Billy's played South Carolina, we beat them.
Yeah.
Kentucky, we know that we can beat up on them, but it is going to be a little weird because next year we don't play LSU or Tennessee.
Yeah, I don't like that.
So
I don't like that at all. I was going to bring that up. I'm like, there's certain teams that the Gators have to play, but we got to play Kentucky, Tennessee, LSU, Georgia, Florida State. That has to be on the schedule. And I'm gonna bring up a little sidebar real quick, but just going back to coaching and like the attitude that we had when we played to Florida. So my junior year when we had Coach McElwain, he coached at Florida before. He was here when they were winning, when they were good or whatever, and then came back and ended up being the head coach for us, right? And he said something that really stuck with me and kind of like, yeah, like it's just the University of Florida. And we were game planning. I think we just finished like the first 3 games of the season. So then we were just about to get an SEC play. I think we had Tennessee first and then Kentucky or some shit. And he got up there. He was fired up. He was talking. He was like, bro, we don't lose to Kentucky or Tennessee.
Yeah.
He's like, we're the University of Florida. He's like, when the fuck do we lose to Kentucky or USC? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
And I was just kind of like, man, you right? Like what? Like we ain't gonna be playing with that. Like,
yeah.
So that's just kind of like a thing. That's the attitude that he bought. So I kind of like playing for McElwain. You know what I'm saying? And he had a good record. You know what I'm saying? A good total record, but that was his attitude. That's how he talked to us. He was like, bro, we're the University of Florida. He was like, what are y'all talking about? He was like, we're not worried about no Kentucky. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the attitude that he brought to us. That's the kind of shit that he had to us. And that's Florida though. That's us. Like we don't lose to like what was up? We had a win streak. But before like 17 or 16, it was 20. We had like 28 wins against Kentucky and like 20 wins against Tennessee or some shit.
Kentucky was 32 straight years. I'd never seen a loss.
All that, right? Cool. Same thing with Tennessee before, you know what I'm saying? They beat us, whatever. Tees and Quincy, they played, whatever. So they did that. But before that, it was like, y'all not beating us. It don't matter what happened. It don't matter what's happening. Y'all not beating us. Kentucky and Tennessee, that's out, right? And that's kind of, that was my little sidebar, but that's kind of how we viewed that shit. That's how we played them. Like, what? Who? You know what I'm saying? Especially them teams. But I think that's kind of what we got to get back to. We got to get kind of back in that mode, that bully mode. Like, yeah, this is what we only, you know what I'm saying? Only a few teams that really can rock with us. LSU, Georgia. Other than that, y'all getting beat up on, right? We got to get back to that. You know.
See, I think I got the 2026 schedule here. The SEC teams that we play in 26 are Kentucky, Ole Miss, Texas, Mizzou, Vanderbilt, Georgia, South Carolina, Oklahoma, Auburn. And what I don't understand, I'm cool with the Auburn. I'm cool with getting South Carolina on there again. But why are we not splitting up Oklahoma and Texas? Even Missouri. Like, why are all three? They're new into this. Like, they're new into the SEC. Texas and Oklahoma just got here. We're a blue blood when it comes to this. We've been through this. Like, we're the OGs of the SEC. So why are we playing both of them in 1 year unless they're just like, well, let's get it out of the way? But then you go to 27 and it completely flips. Well, you still play Kentucky, obviously, but then you got A&M, Arkansas, cool, LSU, Mississippi State, Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama. That schedule's fine. That's a OG SEC schedule. Like other than A&M. But I guess I don't understand. Like, not playing Tennessee and LSU next year is going to be so weird, bro. And I think that's what bothers me, right? Because I'm looking at Tennessee balling right now, and I'm like, man, we're gonna have to wait 2 years to get that get back.
Yeah.
Say LSU, now we have to wait 2 years
I'm
to get
not
that
too
get back.
sure what they're doing with the whole schedules and what they're trying to do, but you know, I mean, I don't know. I'm here for. I don't really care who we play.
Yeah,
You know
I think it's just coming from someone who. It's just weird to me. Like, it's just weird.
It is.
Not playing
I don't even like playing Texas. I don't like none of that. I didn't team to the SEC. I don't like none of that. I hate that they moved the SEC East and SEC West. Like, bring that back. I don't like none of it. But I mean, shit.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah, I don't know. Looking at that, I'm like, man.
I don't think there isn't. That's the thing. There is no. I don't think there is any like order or like any which way they're trying to do it. It's just random. Lotto edition. Spin the wheel. That's what they got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just wanted to get your take on that because like I like the 3 teams from the outlook of like chill our schedule out a little bit. Yeah. Like let's dull it down. But
we got a rough ass schedule this year. I ain't lying.
Yeah, but it's gonna stay rough. You listen to that schedule right there. We're in the SEC, and now it's going to an extra game. You're gonna have 9. It's going to stay rough. If you can't get it done, if you cannot find a way to win those games, you ain't gonna cut it here. Go get somebody that will.
Yep, 100%, bro.
You had a chance to go get the OC, but let me see. I just want to go over this and see if there's anything else we didn't touch on.
Yeah, and there's a chance. All right, there's a new coach coming in. You can have Lagway for 2 more years potentially. Because he might not. I mean, it's the way it's looking. He can't go out this year or next year.
No one's gonna be, just absolutely drooling at the mouth to go get him. I think that I don't know. I hate to say it, but I do feel like Lagway doing as poorly as he is. I do think it has to do with him. I'm not pinning it all on Billy Napier. I'm not going to do that. It's easy to sit here and just give Billy all the lashings. I do think that a chunk of that is DJ, but I also think there's a part of it where I'm like, you're putting him into bad scenarios. Like, I'm like, what are you expecting to happen here when you're not helping him out any?
Yeah, well, I think that's just the nature of it, right? If your quarterback's playing bad, it's always has something to do with the coach. There's no that's how it is. No, right? It's 50% player, 50% coach. That's how everybody's gonna look at it, and I think that's how it is, right? That's how it is because you got to be able to coach your guys to get them to play good. That's your job as a coach. Your job isn't to call plays. No. Your job is to make sure your players are playing well. Yeah, you understand? So if your guys are not playing, if you're, if they're going out there and doing what you're not coaching, then that's completely different. But that's not the case here. Yeah, our guys are trying, they're playing hard, they're trying to do what they want to do, they want to win, right? Are you putting them in position to win? Are you making sure that they're ready? Are you making sure that they're calling plays that benefit them, right? That's where that comes in. And I guess, like I said, man, it's all Saturdays. We got how many more Saturdays we got, man? Let's see.
7 more.
7 more.
No, well, technically 8 more because we got another bye week, right?
For Georgia.
I do my math wrong. 1 and 3. No, 9 more.
Let's see what we got.
The injury report came out.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more Saturdays.
Yep.
So, man, look, that's what it comes down to.
That's 8 more game day Saturdays.
8 more game day Saturdays. 9 more.
So, before we get off here, the injury report came out.
Okay, what we got?
I'm not going to read Texas's because it's not like an Arch Manning's out. CJ Baxter, their running back, is doubtful, but they're loaded at running back. They're deep there. So, I mean, that's neither here nor there. But for us, Trayon Webb is out. We knew that. LJ McCray's out. We knew that. Aaron Gates is out. We just found out this week after Billy said at the press conference that we're going to get him back. And then the very next day, we find out that this man's getting season-ending surgery. It is what it is. I just don't understand that.
Yeah. Well, the labrum, you can play with the labrum. So but is going back and forth. Whether he probably said that he wanted to play, but then
they shut it down.
Yeah. So I can give you a little insight on this. So if you take I did my labrum. I tore my labrum up. So with your labrum, you can 100% play, right? Okay. But then I don't know if they do second opinions in college. Now they probably do since they have agents. So he might have got a second opinion, And the doctor was probably like, hey, look, we need to take care of this. And then he's probably like, all right, coach, yeah, I'm probably just going to take care of it now. You know, it's one of those things because the labrum you can play with. You can put a brace on it. You can play with it. It hurts, but it's just pain management.
Mm-hmm.
So he was probably saying that he could play, and then he probably got a second opinion. And then he probably
the doctor said no.
Just go ahead and get right for next year.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's not going to get better. Like playing on it this year, not going to get better. It's going to be worse but it is manageable. You can play if you need to play. Like if you're a senior and you need to play. Yeah, you can definitely play on that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's your money making year.
Yep.
So okay, that's a better outlook because I've been a little frustrated. I can't lie. So that is good. That makes more sense.
I think coach is tripping like that.
Yeah, Dijon obviously he's out. Caleb Banks, he's out. We knew that too. This one shocks me is Jacoby Jackson's out. I didn't even know anything about that.
24, right? The running back.
Yeah, 24, the second string running back. I think that we're another group that, like, I don't look at that and I'm like, oh man. I will say it's nice to see that Vernell Brown's not on there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, after
Feed 13,
everything we're hearing, but
Feed 13
exactly. But in Clark, KD, like them boys can move the ball. So we got a good running back room. I'm not stressing it too much. I think Jacoby's good, but this year he's been, I don't know. We know who needs a primary. I mean, it needs to be like,
we know who the guy is.
Yeah, it needs to be like 85, 10, 5.
I don't know why he's playing with him like that. He could have saved your career. I don't know why he's playing with him.
Exactly.
25 touches. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I don't understand it. You got somebody there that if you hand him that ball, it's going to bring that defense forward. They got to stay true because he can run the ball. You got to bring him up. You have to, and then you take your shots over the top. So maybe that's the plan.
That's where we're at right now. We got the defense up. We don't got nobody to take the top off. I don't know. Did you get that Instagram reel I sent you?
I think yeah, I did.
Bro, has that happened this year at all?
No.
And that was last year, and that was Elijah Badger.
Yeah.
He was taking pills up top, one-man routes, taking them up top, and that still put the threat on people.
Yeah.
And that's what I was talking about, bro. That's a perfect example, perfect video of what we're missing this year. And it's that clip, and that's really it. It's that simple. It's that clear. Right? We need somebody. He just has to put that bitch out there. We not even throwing it out there.
I think that we know too, and this is what I want to see, because I think Dallas Wilson's route tree is just whatever he wants it to be.
I mean, I'm upset that it's his first game, just because first game is first game. I mean, I'm not. You can't judge him. I can't judge a freshman off, and he missed a whole bunch of time coming back off injury. So he may come out and do excellent. He may come out and who knows. I'm not really banking too much on. I know he's gonna get his shots, and he's gonna get the ball thrown to him. But I'm looking for him in about 2-3 weeks. Then I'm gonna check him out, because once he gets that practice in, he starts rolling. Then we're gonna be like, all right, let's see what's going. You know what I'm saying? Especially with him. But
you know something I don't understand? And I was thinking about this. I was watching the Ole Miss game from last year and the LSU game, and I don't understand why we're not running it with receivers. Like at least trying it. J. Michael, he can run routes and he can catch the ball. And I'm not saying that he's going to be that take the top off, but they're corner routes and anything going toward, especially in the red zone, anything at the corners of the end zone. That's how we scored against Ole Miss. Our first touchdown was Elijah Badger hitting a corner route. DJ hits him perfect. Their DB goes down. I'm pretty sure torn ACL, all because of like a route that he ran.
Yep.
The thing is, he didn't even need to run a crazy route because DJ puts that shot on the money. And I'm like, I'm not seeing us throw that to any of our receivers, like none of them. And so I'm like, I want to see when
we don't have a guy. Yeah, we don't have a guy. Honestly, we don't have a guy. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, Nine's out there. He's running around. But he's not. You know what I'm saying? He's just not that. Like it is what it is. He's just not. You could tell, but hey, you could just tell. It ain't. Like I said, it ain't personal. I don't know him. Never met him, and I don't like to talk poorly about any players just because I understand that people may or may not listen to me. But if they do hear me being a former player, I don't want to be. I never want to be that guy. Like that's why I never do ESPN and nothing like that when they go on. They just talk shit about. That's not because I understand what it is. I understand how hard it is and what's going on and et cetera, et cetera. However, I still am a fan, so I am going to talk shit about you.
Yeah.
So that's
You
that.
still have an opinion.
Of course.
Yeah.
But never too hard on any one player. But yeah, you know how I feel about that. But whatever. But yeah, he's not what we need. He's not what we need to Dallas is exactly what we need. Right. It's just, and I don't want to put all that pressure on it. Well, not pressure on him, but I don't want to put all my eggs in that basket for this game. Just because one is Texas and they got the DBs to cover them.
Yeah.
Like everything's gonna be contested this game. This is not the game where whether they double him or not, his one-on-one matchups are gonna be matchups. He's playing against guys. So it is what it is. So we're gonna see how that
the problem is though is you're gonna play against guys the remainder of the season.
Not everybody in SEC. SECs have good defenses, good DBs individually.
I don't see a team left on this outside of Kentucky. I don't see a team that doesn't have that wouldn't have great DBs.
LSU.
I mean, just personally, just watching the team.
LSU,
Georgia's going to
Miami,
Mississippi State. I watched their DBs against Tennessee. Tennessee's got great receivers, and they were clamping them.
Yeah. Okay.
Texas A&M, great DBs.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's my thing. You got to – that's why – and I get it. That you can't put that on Billy when it comes to the injury. He can't help that he got injured. It is what it is. But at some point, it's like, I get it. You're right. This week, it's going to be tough because this is his first game back. But at some point, like, you got to go.
Yeah.
Like, you got to go.
Yeah. See, and if Dallas was healthy all year, this would be his game. This would be the game.
Yeah, this would be his breakout game.
Yeah. It's just tough, bro. It's going to be his first DJ. And DJ, he's not going to trust him automatically just, you know what I'm saying? So,
well, they don't know each other. You got DJ that didn't practice.
Exactly. It's not that light. It's just, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I do think we need to use our damn tight ends more. I love our tight ends. I said that last week. I love our tight ends. We need to use them more, get them involved into the game more. And then,
okay, this is perfect. I want to ask you this real quick before we get off here. Okay. I'm trying to think how to ask this question because you just brought up a great point about trusting Dallas Wilson, right? I think that and I could be wrong, so I'm asking you from someone that's a player and you've played against receivers. Would you rather have, if you're a quarterback, right, and you got a receiver out there, would you rather have a receiver that you trust, right? He may not be the most athletic. He may not be that 5-star player. He may not be your Jeremiah Smith, but if I throw it to him, I know where to put it. I know exactly where to put that ball on the money. And if I put it here, I know this receiver. I understand him. Like, I love throwing to him, right?
Right.
Wouldn't you keep him out there, that receiver?
100%.
Okay. So with me asking that, why is Aiden Mizell not out there? Anytime Aiden Mizell is on that football field, I don't care if he knows the routes. I don't care if he knows the playbook. Him and DJ have a trust with each other that when DJ throws him the ball, Aiden Mizell catches it. That's my problem with Billy is I'm like, I understand that there has to be a knowledge of the playbook. There has to be a knowledge of certain circumstances. But if you are a wounded animal and you only have a certain way to survive, this is all you got right here. You're not going to look at this person that's like, well, no, you're not fully a doctor. You don't fully know what you're doing, so I'm not going to trust you. I'm not going to trust you to help me. So then what? You just lay there and die? No, you're going to trust someone that knows a little bit.
911. Yeah, bro. I'm with you. Yeah. I mean, that, like I said, that your point goes right back to coaching, right? It's like, yeah, you got the guy with the speed and he can run, he can do that, but is he going to be in the right spot?
I don't think it matters about being in the right spot. I think it matters when you're practicing with somebody. It's just knowing them. And again, I'm only looking at that right.
I don't know his idea. I don't know what's going on with Mizell. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know either.
I told me last week, but I don't know, bro. I don't know why the fuck he's not playing. It don't make no sense. Put him on the field.
That's what I'm saying. I think that there comes a point, right? If you're Billy, who cares if he knows the playbook? Who cares what he knows at this point? You are trying to stay for year 5 at the University of Florida. So you need to I don't care if your water boy runs a better route and he can get open, he can catch the ball, and he can move you down the field and he can score touchdowns. Put him on the field. What are we doing to where we're putting guys out there? If J. Michael doesn't understand it and him and DJ do not have a connection, what are we doing?
Right.
You got to put somebody out there that has a connection. You got to have somebody who out there who goes, okay, again, that might be the same thing with Tramel Jones. Tramel Jones might win his games only because he knows these guys. He's been throwing to the ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so,
well, yeah, I mean, I see the backup thing. I heard you brought up the backup point, and that's that we're not that. If he does that, he definitely needs to go. Like, don't take out Lagway. That's out of pocket. If we take Lagway out, I'm turning the game off. That's so out of pocket. That's so.
I mean, I get it. It's just
listen. He played good in practice. That's it. That's all. He'll have his time. It's
easy to yell it. It's easy to yell for a backup.
That's ridiculous. That's not gonna happen. Well, I know that's not gonna happen because that's just not gonna happen. But
it ain't gonna happen no matter what. Like, I don't care if that's
not gonna happen ever.
The only way you're getting Tramel is if DJ gets hurt.
Yeah. So
that's it.
Going back to Mizell, right? And now I think this week, I think this week, I think that it's gonna happen. I think he's gonna be out there. I think he's gonna be the guy that run the seam ball. He's gonna try to get Dallas open. He's gonna be the one to take the top off. I think that's what it's gonna be. I think this week he's gonna open up, like the point we were saying. Fuck it, we ain't got nothing to lose, right? I think it's gonna be that. I think it's gonna be. It's not gonna. I don't think like the first quarter is gonna start like that, like 5 wide and doing that. No, he's gonna start with his, with his slow offense, getting it going, trying to get it going. But after, a quarter or two, I think it'll open up. Mm-hmm. If it doesn't after that, then we already know what's gonna happen. But back to Aiden, we don't know what exactly is going on. He definitely did get hurt. I know he definitely had an injury. Mm-hmm. He was dealing with a shoulder. That may or may not be the case. I don't know. We don't like you said, he could have a labrum like Gates did, right? And the thing with the labrum is you do have to rehab it enough to where you can get it to where it feels good, especially playing receiver. And I know he did hurt his shoulder. I don't know what his injury is. I'm just assuming, let's say he's still hurt and that's what it is. He's still trying to get his shoulder right. Yeah. Falling on that shoulder. Yeah. You can't. You can play if you want to. Like you could be able to run fast and you look good. But if you get hit and you land on that shoulder, it's over with for you. So you do got to take some time to really get that strength back a little bit, at least enough to, handle a hit or two, handle that ground. Because he played a little bit. He got in a little bit. When we got in the red zone, he got in and got, got his touches. And I think that's kind of, if I had to take a guess, I'm going to assume that it's injury based and we got to try to just keep him off the ground, right? Because I do know that he did have a shoulder injury. Right? I saw him when I was up there. So maybe it's that. If that's not the case, then what are we doing?
Yeah.
Right. But if that is the case, we'll assume that's the case for now. You can't play him 20, 30 plays because you're going to lose him for the whole season, right? They're trying to, at this point, that type of, with the shoulder injury for a receiver, those guys, they're frail, they're fragile, and they get hit. And it's hitting that ground, right? When you catch the ball and you hit that ground, it hurts, So if we're looking at it from an injury aspect, and that's why he's not playing that much, cool. But this ain't the week for that.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
So this week you got to put extra padding on that mug and you got to go play 30 plays.
You got to do something.
Right? Because if you put him out there, like let's say he played him against LIU and Miami and all that, he probably wouldn't. He'd probably be out the whole year. Honestly. Yeah. Just from getting hit, and his shoulder's already out, whatever it is. If it's already hurt, then, and that's just me assuming it's a shoulder injury and that's why he's not playing.
I've heard that it has to do with the shoulder.
If it's not that, my boy, we're looking at a whole different animal, and we gotta peel the layers back.
Well, before we get off here, you got the question asked to you: who's the best receiver you lined up on? I think that I know the answer. I feel like I've heard you say that is Amari Cooper, maybe.
Yes, sir. Okay, you locked in. Yeah,
I know a thing or two.
Coop for sure.
It was hard to cover him.
I didn't hear though. Yeah, Cooper's fire. He's really good.
That's crazy, bro. Yeah, crazy to think about. You played against some monsters, bro. But yeah, I mean, that's why it's great having you on here because it's just a different perspective. I'm just out here just yapping at this point and just saying what I think I know, but you've been there, lived it,
bro. That's how I feel, bro. This is what it is for me, bro. I like keeping it like this, bro, where it's not where I can just be be free. Where it's not ESPN, right? Those guys on ESPN, they get up there and they say all types of stupid stuff just to make the show go. Bro, stop. That it'd be pissing me off, bro. Especially the players. Why are you talking about other players like this when you know exactly what's going on? Stop doing that. Let Stephen A. do. So yeah,
they got to get their clicks, bro. That's all it is. It's a click run world anymore. Before this, everything clicks brought you money. Before it was just talk real ball.
So weak to me.
I was watching clips of ESPN back before I'd get up and be getting ready for high school, getting ready for school in general, and you'd have ESPN on listening, and I'm like, man, it was just so different then. There's not no one doing these crazy takes.
Yeah.
It's just strictly talking sports.
Just sport. Talking about the gameplay on the field, and that's it, man.
That's all it is.
That's all.
But yeah, we'll be back next Wednesday. I'm sorry, next Wednesday. We're gonna go over this Florida-Texas game.
Okay, then. Yes, sir.
Hopefully, it's gonna be a lot better than these last few weeks we've been jumping on here talking. Gonna try to come out of here with the dub, no matter what. I don't care who the coach is. I can tell you one thing is I cannot pull against the orange and blue. I can't.
Never.
I sometimes I'm like, man, we got to get a new coach. That means we got to lose. But game time comes, I'm like, I can't do it. I can't pull against them.
Nah, bro. Gators up, baby. Gators up this weekend, 3:30 in the swamp. Gator talk with Vern and JB.
Yes, sir.
Tap in every week. We're gonna go look, and we are gonna try to get y'all a post game pod. Don't know when. Don't hold us to it. We're working on it.
Trying to get it right after the game.
Saturday night pod. We're gonna jump on, discuss the game. So y'all stay tuned for that. But every Wednesday, 7:00, we will be here. Gator talk only, man. Y'all get in the chat. Y'all
right in here and on the Slightly Decent pod. You can catch it on both of them.
Either or.
Go subscribe.
Square. You already know.
If you're not subscribed to me, subscribe to me. If you're not subscribed to the Slightly Decent pod, subscribe there.
Sub up both
the website down low. Go get your merch. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. As always, go Gators. Rep the orange and blue. It's orange down this week. That's just what it is. And y'all know how we end it. If you ain't a Gator, y'all know the rest.